How's it going, everyone? It is Andre Williams, and over here we talk stocks and we focus on one thing. Always protect your profits. And today we're going to be talking about Senseonics. I know it's been a while since I've spoken about it, but of course we do have earnings that is going to be coming up. So I want you guys to be prepared for the volatility. So I won't take any more time. Let's jump into the agenda. If you're new to this channel, I just want to let you know we have timestamps down below inside the description. But if you are a shareholder or you're thinking about taking a position, I highly suggest you watch this full entire video. So the first thing we're going to be going over is a technical analysis. We want to take a look at the overall price action. We want to see the range that it has been trading in and where do we want to see Senseonics going, especially if we're looking for a bullish move. And then secondly, we're going to be going on Fintel, taking a look at the recent institutional ownership and as well as the short interest information. We see, hey, are institutions loading up? Are shorts still heavily vested in this play? Well, we're about to find out. And then afterwards, we're going to be taking a look at the order flow distribution. Are institutions loading up on shares? Were they doing this on Friday? What are the large scale orders looking like? This is very key because it does have an impact on the stock price. And then when all of that is done, we'll be going into the final thoughts. So let's get to it. So we're going to be doing a technical analysis for Senseonics. Let's see how it performed on Friday. So it ended up closing at $3.07, being down 0.66%. On the low, it tested $3.02, and then on the high, testing $3.14. When we take a look at the volume stats on the day, it traded at 5.757 million shares. And as far as for the average volume over 10 trading days, being at 9.6 million. So it was below average, but we still ended up having a green day. We are using the 1-year daily chart. When we take a look at our indicators, you can see from the RSI down below, we're pretty much right at 50, being at 49.74, so right in the middle. We have strength above the 200-day, the 100-day, but we are below the 21-day EMA since we closed at $3.07 and it's set at $3.12. So as you can see what's going on, hey, I'm actually not mad at all whatsoever. If we can continue to hold up this $3 area of support, especially with anticipation going into earnings, I'm definitely looking forward to seeing us making this move and getting up here to $3.25. This will be an area of resistance. Of course, I do see us getting past this and then making the next move to where you can see right here around 336 and essentially with buying volume getting over here to 350. So this 350 area will be an area of resistance, also a psychological area for Senseonics, but of course I'm going to be looking forward to seeing it make that move and go right past it because I do believe as far as earnings is concerned, we should see some anticipation. So as far as the range that we're looking at, so the range that it's been in, we can see here it's been going between $2.77 between the ranges right over here around $3 and just around, let's call it $3.40. So knowing that it's continuing to trade inside of this range, I want to look forward to seeing a move to the upside, especially if it continues the build up consolidation and support right here at this $3 level. I think it is very possible. And if it does decide to pull back, then of course I'm looking forward to seeing that strength in that mid 270 area. So we're going to be taking a look at the institutional ownership and as well as the short interest information for Senseonics. So as we scroll down on the page, green rows indicate new positions while red rows indicate closed positions. So when we take a look at the recent institutional ownership here, we're going to go as far back as the 29th here. So we could see a good amount of institutions going in with new positions. So we have Sterling Investment Advisors in with 100 shares. We also have JMG Financial Group bought 17,921 shares. Concord Wealth Partners purchased 1,000 shares. We have PBSM Investco purchased 2,953 shares. We also have Huntington National Bank purchased 1,500 shares. And we have Alliance Bernstein that purchased 433,400 shares. So taking that into consideration, good to see some institutional activity there. So now when we take a look at the short interest information, the short volume ratio from Fintel is at 14.08%. As we scroll down further, the short shares availability is at 400,000, updated 9 minutes ago. And as far as for the short borrow free rate is at 2.94%. As we take a look at the history of the short volume ratio, this is using the numbers from FINRA. We could see for July the 30th, it was at 37.95, and on the 29th, it was at 26.39. So it crept up quite a bit here, and of course, that tells us it does have a lot of short squeeze potential in this play. But one thing to keep in mind, throughout this whole particular period, going all the way back to the 19th, we've seen a high right over here at 58.83 back on the 27th. So yeah, Senseonics does have some short squeeze potential. So if they end up actually putting out some decent numbers in regards to their earnings, of course we could look forward to seeing some strength. If they don't, then of course we could see this pulling back. So these are just one of the things I want you guys to be aware of. But due to the fact, again, that's going to be on the 9th of August, that's still quite a bit of time from now, there will continue to be some volatility. But like I was saying, I want to see it hold up that area in regards to that $3 range. Now let's take a look at the order flow distribution for Senseonics. So we can see here on the inflow, it was 3,182, and on the outflow side, it was 2,845. So we ended up having an inflow day. So when we take a look at the large scale orders, we had 0 for both. On the medium, we had 2,185, and then on the small, we had 997. This is on the inflow. Now for the outflow, on the medium, we had 1,681, and then on the small, we had 1,164. When we take a look at the large scale orders in the last 5 days, you could see for Friday, which was the 30th, we had 0, and we also had 0 on the 26th. As far as for the 28th, we did have an outflow day of 248.67, but you could see on the 27th, we had an inflow day at 240.57, and then on the 29th, you can see that big inflow right there, that big green candle being at 730.85. So for the past 5 trading days, it's been inflows. So this is actually something that is great to see. We can see institutions have been loading up on shares. They didn't do so on Friday unless they were going in with small or medium size orders. So this is one thing I want you guys to understand, because it will have an impact as far as how the price is going to be moving. So now let's jump into the final thoughts. So for my final thoughts for Senseonics, I'm definitely looking forward to seeing how well it performs for the coming week. And part of the reasons being is they do have earnings that's going to be coming out on August the 9th. We can look forward to seeing there's going to be a lot of anticipation. There's also going to be a lot of buying, so we can look forward to seeing a spike. And on this spike, you have the opportunity if you decide if you want to trade off of the fluctuations. Do keep in mind when we were doing the technicals, we want to see that $3 area of support continue to hold up. We're also waiting on the FDA approval for the 180-day device. We went over the results from the PROMISE study, which looked really good. So if I feel they got that FDA approval, especially before September, that would be huge. And another thing that we are seeing, institutions have been loading up on shares. We saw this even when we took a look at the order flow from the large scale orders. So with all of that in mind, do know this is a penny stock. At the end of the day, it's going to be coming with a lot of volatility. So if you have it inside of your portfolio, just make sure that you're using the right risk management. When it comes to penny stock plays, you do not want it taking up no more than 5 to 10%. It all depends on what your risk level is, because again, you're just exposing yourself to a lot of volatility. And who wants your portfolio just being up and down all the time and so forth? If you can handle it, great, but I know many, the majority, can't handle it, and they always get worried, especially when they see the price going up and down. So just make sure that you're managing your risk in that sense, and it's also better for your overall mental health. But for the most part, I'm definitely looking forward to see what happens with Senseonics in regards to their earnings, and as far as getting an update from the FDA in regards to the eversense device. Hope you guys enjoyed this video, and we'll be talking real soon.